Good morning, everybody. Day 60 of the MRCA 2025. We're paddling, y'all. It's about 10:15. We've just gotten our camping area kind of torn down. That pad was right there where my tent was. Jamie's stuff is just down over there. He was camped out over there. We still have our canoe here, but just beyond the tree line there is the beach where we are putting in. So, I mean, we're right on top of our put in, but we got to move our stuff down there and get loaded up. That should be fairly efficient. I expect to be on the water before 11. Not an early start. That's in large part my fault. I stayed up late last night watching the 15-inning Seattle Mariners playoff game. They haven't won a series since 2001. They haven't clinched the AL West since 2001. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the team this year. I'm nervous about the next series. This is unrelated to our trip, but that's where I am in my head right now. We're about to get less connected, I think. There'll be less access to cities and probably a cellular service. So I've been telling folks that the videos might see gaps. I mean, there won't be gaps. They'll eventually be made up. We might get behind by a week instead of 4 days, something along those lines. And I'm telling my wife that I won't be able to call her every day, or I don't think I may not be able to. So we're going to be a little more wilderness bound. It'll be more camping and less bars and motels. Any chance I get for a bar or motel here going forward, I'm going to press for it, because there won't be many. And at some point we'll have to do laundry or just stink right through our clothes. But that's day 60. That's what's on my mind. We had a very short day yesterday because we were nervous about the takeout by St. Louis. We should be able to flow right past today. We are by both the lock and the chain of rocks. So once we put in, we're free flowing and moving on toward Cairo is the next big city. There's a couple we might be able to touch on the way, but that's 180 miles south of St. Louis, and we're still 10 or 15 miles north of St. Louis now, so nearly 200 river miles. We're hoping that the flow will carry us a long way and we'll start getting 40-mile days instead of 25-mile days, but we'll see. I might be overestimating our capabilities, but we're gonna find out very soon. Day 60. Stick with us. Let's see what comes next. There's a light on the horizon, emanating from the bayou. It shouldn't be so surprising. Gotta get there before I come home to you. Day 60, we have done the short portage down the beach. We've got her basically loaded up. We're going to be putting in on this little tiny bay and going out into the current downstream. Woo. Love it. This is where we should be able to start picking up and seeing noticeable current. We keep saying that. I hope it's true this time. Hang in. Day 60. Day 60, folks. We've done an hour and a half on the water, maybe a little bit more. I'm rounding off. And we have done approximately 10 river miles, which is pretty solid time relative to what we're used to making. This current is more than what we're used to. We're looking at the Illinois side. This is the Casino Queen, which used to be a riverboat and now it's land-based, but basically in the same place. I think those big mooring pilings there are probably what the riverboat was tied to years ago. How long it's been land-based, I'm not sure, but everything changes. In any case, the exciting part is here the other side. You might recognize this landmark. We're here at the riverfront in St. Louis. Just cruising on down, y'all. We are not intending to stop here. We're paddling right on by. It's just past noon. We're going to actually make some river miles. We might kind of anticipate the potential of getting a new record for this trip. Our record thus far is 39 river miles, and we've got current now that should help us outpace that. So that's kind of my goal, first day in the current, to set a new high water mark. But here we are, St. Louis, as it passes on by. Thanks for coming along the ride with us, folks. Day 60, MRCA 2025. Another angle of the arch here, folks. Day 60 as it comes into center frame with the Capitol Dome behind it. It's impressive how large a structure this is. It doesn't really translate that way until you're right here beneath it. It's a big fella. There's not a whole lot to downtown St. Louis, quite frankly. It's more of a sprawling city than a big downtown city, but this is certainly a landmark, unlike any other city on the planet. There we go, St. Louis Arch. And I think that's the state capital, isn't it? Is St. Louis the capital of Missouri?
Old capital or something. The old courthouse.
Old courthouse?
That's what it is. I think it's the old courthouse.
Okay, old courthouse then. There we go, downtown St. Louis and the Arch. This might be the last view you see of it on our trip. We're floating on by. Day 60, thanks for joining us. Day 60 south of St. Louis. On the bluffs down here, there's some apartment buildings or condos or whatever. But there's a bizarre sculpture. It took us a while to figure it out. Jamie noticed that those are feet there with striped stockings. And apparently, like a bikini bottom and buttocks, somebody's doing a handstand in the pool there. Okay. Bizarre. Day 60. This is the river. Day 60 rolls on. We are significantly south of St. Louis, but the greater St. Louis metropolitan area still carries weight out here. Obviously a heavily trafficked road bridge. I would guess it's probably at least 2 lanes in each direction, and maybe 3 in each direction. I don't know if this is interstate or what this is, but we're out of suburb. Oh, there's a building right hiding back behind those trees there. I guess that's even possibly apartment buildings. Maybe I'm wrong. And we
there's stuff.
Might not be out of the suburbs.
There's like, I don't know, but there's stuff up there when you look at the map.
I gotcha. Certainly industrial commerce going on here on the riverside. Fewer and fewer of these tows are staged along the way, but we're still seeing them, and we're still seeing stuff being loaded, not so much actively, but places where stuff does get loaded regularly. Facilities, let's call it that. And we paddle on. We're making time, and it really feels good to be in current. This is just a whole paradigm shift, as we've been alluding to for a week now, and now we're in it, and I'm loving it. I'm not looking forward to being so isolated from society and away from cities, but I'm ready to make some time. So that's the trade-off. Here we go. Let's make some time. Okay, fell short of the 40 miles we had in mind. We have found a community that's on the water, or very nearly. It has a riverfront park here by the name of Kimswicke, Missouri. I think this is our final destination for the evening. Seems to be active here at the riverfront. They're celebrating some Halloween festivities and having a fine time. Kimswicke. We're gonna see what we can find here. Day 60, Kimswicke, Missouri. Evidently we have stumbled upon Witches' Night Out here at Kimswicke.
Which night?
Witches.
Oh.
Witches' Night Out. Don't get it confused.
Plural.
Yes. So anyway, we're gonna check this out. Here we go. Wish us luck. We don't want to come home turned into a newt or something like that. So, as it happens, Witches Night Out is a gender-exclusive event, and it is a whole bunch of women from a small town, I think, or they might come from all around, I'm not sure, but there's a large gathering of women, and we are not welcome there, which is okay. I'm a boys club kind of guy. I can live with there being a girls club. So anyway, we're gonna actually walk about half a mile to a little bar in the next town up, and that's what's happening. Witches Night Out, Kimswicke, Missouri, day 60, en route to Red's Tavern. Looking out of Kimswicke, there's some pretty significantly nice stonework here on this wall, and then the wall behind, just a retaining wall back there. I guess this is as well, but this across the street and overlooking the Mississippi River is the Anheuser House. In what way that relates to Anheuser-Busch, I don't know, but I'm fairly certain that it does. Looks like it's being rented out for a wedding coming up. There you go. Anheuser House, Kimswicke, Missouri. Day 61. As the band warms up here at Red's Tavern in Imperial, Missouri, directly adjacent to Kimswicke, many of the witches are making their way here. I don't know the name of this band. And quite frankly, their audio mix isn't very good, but kind of enjoying the show. Day 60, we've made it back to the riverfront. It was a decent little walk. I mean, not huge, but a mile and a half or something from the bar. We had to walk through the leftovers of the festival. We only came through 15-30 minutes after it wrapped up. Here on the riverfront, somebody has gotten a nice little fire going. Quite frankly, it's a decent coal bed. Might find another couple pieces of wood to throw on that. That might be pleasant. But this bank is all pretty angled. It's not an easy camp, so we're studying our options, but we'll figure it out. It's prior to 10 p.m. Want to get an early to bed situation because we'd like to get some decent mileage tomorrow, and getting an early start is part of that. So I'm going to start working that problem and maybe come back to this fire. We'll find out. Day 60, probably signing off at this point. Been kind of a cool day, but not much else to say. We found another town that I didn't anticipate, and maybe it's going to be easier than I thought. That'd be cool. Day 60.